Hey guys, and welcome to our Mr. Knit Along, and today a new pattern. This will be section 17. So let's get started with row 1, and in row 1 we will increase the first stitch, knit and purl, and then we're going to knit all the stitches. At the end we take off the 3 stitches for the I-cord and then turn your work. And on the back row we knit the first 3 stitches and purl all the other stitches. So don't forget to knit the last stitch and then turn your work. So, and as you can see, we have a simple stockinette stitch, and now we'll repeat the last 2 rows that we have 6 rows stockinette stitch at all. Don't forget to increase at the beginning and the I-cord stitches at the end of the row. So these are our 6 rows stockinette stitch. And now we're going to knit row 7, and in row 7 we're going to increase the first stitch, knit and purl, then we purl we purl 1 stitch, then you leave the yarn on the front and you take off the next 2 stitches, and then you purl 1 stitch and you take off 2 stitches with yarn in front, and then again you purl 1 stitch and you take off 2 stitches with yarn in front, and then you purl 1 stitch, and so on. So you repeat this all the time. Take off 2 stitches with yarn in front and purl 1 stitch. Take off 2 stitches with yarn in front and purl 1 stitch, and so on. So before our I-cord stitches at the end of the row, we have 2 stitches left, and you just knit these 2 stitches and you don't use them for your pattern, and then you just take off the 3 I-cord stitches and turn your work. And in row 8 we're going to knit the first 3 stitches, and then you knit your stitches as you see them. So if you see purls, we are going to purl 2 stitches. If you see a V, you knit the stitch, and here are the purls, so we purl the stitches. And from here you repeat, because we had the pattern on the front row, so you repeat knit 1 and purl 2, knit 1 and purl 2 all the time across the row. So we have here 3 stitches left, and we're going to knit all the 3 stitches at the end of the row, and then you can turn your work, and it looks like this. So you have here your loops as we had before with our yarn overs, and which we pulled over. So but here we did it already on the front row. So now we're going to knit row 9, and for row 9 increase the first stitch, knit and purl, and then you have knit 1 stitch, purl 1 stitch, and then we will repeat all the time. Take off 2 stitches with yarn in front, purl 1 stitch, take off 2 stitches with yarn in front, purl 1 stitch, take off 2 stitches with yarn in front, purl 1 stitch, and so on. So actually we'll be doing here the same as before. And also here at the end of the row we have 2 stitches before the I-cord stitches, and we just knit these 2 and then take off the I-cord stitches, and then we can turn our work. And in row 10 we knit the first 3 stitches, and then also here you knit the stitches as you see them. If you see purls, you purl, and then you have again knit 1 and purl 2, knit 1 and purl 2, knit 1 and purl 2, and so on across the row. And at the end of this row we purl 2 and knit the last stitch, and then turn your work. Oh, we can turn it also this way. Yeah. So you see we have 6 rows stockinette stitch, and then 2 rows with these loops. And what we're going to do now is we're going to repeat these 10 rows twice, and in addition 6 rows stockinette stitch. So you would knit now 6 rows stockinette stitch and 4 rows with this loop pattern, then again 6 rows stockinette stitch, 4 rows with this loop pattern, and on top 6 rows stockinette stitch, and then we'll meet again. So, and that's our pattern so far. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 stockinette sections and 3 with these loop stitches. The camera tries to get this color. I think the red is too bright for the camera. Just springs right into right into it. And now we're going to finish this part. We're going to knit section 18, and section 18 works the same way as section 2. We increase the first stitch, knit and purl, and we knit all the other stitches, and at the end of the row we take off the 3 I-cord stitches and turn our work, and on the back row you knit the first 3 stitches, and then you purl all the other stitches. Don't forget to knit the very last stitch. So happy knitting. We will have more parts with this knit along, and until next time, bye bye.